Hello, hello. And hello and welcome to season 3, episode 2 of the Discordancy podcast. So, you know me, I like news. I like so much news. I If you check out my Instagram followings, yes, you will see some interesting choices there. But besides that, you will see a lot of news networks. Why? Because I do like me some news, some factual information being fed into my feed on all of my social media platforms. So, yeah. Anyways, as the title suggests, we are going to talk about the Philippine Daily Inquirer. Not just any copy of the Philippine Daily Inquirer, the actual newspaper. Okay, I bought this copy of the newspaper on the exact date that it was printed in. Look at that, the 23rd of April, 2025. And yes, it does cost 20 pesos. There was no inflated price charged here. I paid this at a 7-Eleven in Barangay Tibanga, Iligan City, near the college MSU IAT. So if you live near or you go to MSU IIT, do go to the 7-Eleven and buy yourself a copy of the Philippine Daily Inquirer. Now, it may seem tiny, but if you unfold it like this, it's massive. It's a massive copy of the news. It's a massive newspaper. And yes, this only costs 20 pesos. So I think I'm going to split this newspaper in parts of the episode. Uh, we'll see what happens. We'll just see if the what do you call this? If I can read enough of the newspaper that it's just condensed into a single episode, or we're actually gonna have to split this up into a couple, or if not a few, different parts. So, this is the very front page, and this is the only thing I have ever seen besides this one, which is the exact same page. Look at that. This I have not seen the rest of the newspaper besides this very front page. So I'm going to read out the front page to you. It says, PH prays for Lolo Kiko. Masses held for the late Pope Francis affirmed the deep connection he made with Filipinos, reviving memories of his 2015 visit that comforted a nation that's then still reeling from Yolanda, or Super Typhoon Haiyan. His funeral will be on the 26th of April at St. Peter's Square. So, yeah, this is the very front page. Rest in peace to Pope Francis. He died on Easter Monday at 25 till 8 Vatican time. And he had a very honorable rule as Pope. And as a Christian myself, or as a Roman Catholic, I am quite saddened by the news, and I am quite grateful that he was elected Pope and that he got to rule for so long. Anyways, this is this is the news. Now let's go to the next one. It says, National Artist Nora Honor laid to rest. Superstar till the end. In solemnities reserved only for national artists, pallbearers from the Philippine Navy carry the casket of actress-singer Nora Honor during the necrological service at Metropolitan Theater in Manila on Tuesday, prior to her burial at Libingan ng Mga Bayani in Taguig City. Libingan ng Mga Bayani means the Heroes Cemetery. That's a rough translation. Anyways, the Philippine Daily Inquirer is an English language broadsheet or English language newspaper. Yeah, it is. So, a broadsheet is a newspaper format characterized by large vertical pages, typically 22.5 inches in height. So, yes, the Philippine Daily Inquirer is a broadsheet. It's in the English language, and let us look at the top English language broadsheets in the Philippines. Wait, I think I lost audio there. Hold on. Did I lose audio? Oh, no, I didn't. Okay, never mind. I hope I didn't lose audio there. Yeah, the top English language broadsheets in the Philippines are the Manila Bulletin, the Philippine Daily Inquirer, and the Philippine Star. Yes, it is. Let's see. Top 3. Yeah, it's simply says that the top 3 broadsheets in the Philippines are the Manila Bulletin, the Philippine Daily Inquirer, and the Philippine Star. So the Philippine Daily Inquirer is at the top. So yeah, if you live in the Philippines and you are in a 7-Eleven or in any other convenience store that sells newspapers, go buy it. They need your help right now, and they really do need my help, which is why I bought one. Anyways, yeah, there's a lot of news stories out here, which is why I only got to read the first page because, it's a massive broadsheet. I skimmed through this the day I bought this, which is yesterday as of recording, and wow, I saw a lot of information, which I do like. I do like that. There is some more news here. All right, let's go fold it down here and let's take a look at this part of the newspaper or the broadsheet. Both are interchangeable. OPM icon Haji Alejandro 70. It was okay. 2 months after getting diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer, OPM icon Haji Alejandro 70 died on the 21st of April in his home surrounded by loved ones. The charismatic balladeer rose to fame in the 1970s and is best known for the hits Nakapagtataka and Kay Ganda ng Ating Musika. The singer's death came just days after the passing of showbiz giants Pelita Corrales and Nora Honor. That's on page A9 of the broadsheet. Rest in peace to Haji Alejandro. Next, to the regions. Abrapol violence erupts anew. 1 dead. Baguio City. Another campaign sortie in Abra province turned deadly on Monday after a shooting incident in Tayum town left 1 man dead and another wounded. The incident was the 14th fatal shooting in Abra since the 28th of February. The local political landscape remains volatile as 2 factions, Team Ascenso and Team Progreso, vie for control of at least 20 of the 27 municipalities. That's on page A8 of the broadsheet. Next to the world. New N. Cyber scams spreading globally. Asian crime syndicates behind the multi-billion-dollar cyber scam industry are expanding globally, including to South America and Africa. As raids in Southeast Asia failed to contain their activities, the United Nations said on Monday. Criminal networks that emerge in Southeast Asia in recent years, opening sprawling compounds housing tens of thousands of workers, many of them trafficked. Yes, I do seem alright. That's on page B2-4. And next to another news, NUPL slams Celice's Canada asylum bid. The National Union of People's Lawyers, or the NUPL, has condemned the reported asylum bid of self-proclaimed former rebel and TV host Jeffrey Salise in Canada, saying there should be no refuge from accountability for a paid propagandist. Damn, asylum in international law is a shield for the persecuted, not a hiding place for the persecutors, the group said of Salise, a former military asset. Now to some more news. Oh, by the way, that was on page A6 of the broadsheet. So to some more news, Central Visayas still fastest growing region. That's on page A3. Drunk Quezon City cop's video gets his chief sacked. That's on page A4. And also, this is the very first time I have seen the word sacked seen in an English language broadsheet. Even though I don't read a lot of newspapers, broadsheets, and tabloids, this is the very first time I have seen this word, which I mostly see in British YouTube videos or British social media. Yeah, I have sacked. All right. And more missiles coming to Philippines, from India. That's on page A4. There also, for some overspliced videos, NBI files raps against vloggers. Outside PH for disinfo. 4 vloggers based abroad are facing multiple complaints at the Department of Justice for allegedly spreading disinformation through spliced videos of National Bureau of Investigation Director Jaime Santiago. There will be a continuation of this one at page A6. Look at that. Yeah, that one. There's also news here at the bottom. Let's read that one. TCL celebrates 25 years with an innovation journey in Filipino homes. All right. From its long-standing commitment to technological progress in Filipino homes over the past 25 years, TCL now stands as the new triple global top 1 TV brand in mini LED, Google TV, and ultra large screen TVs, 85 inches and above, as per Omdia's 2024 findings. This journey of timeless greatness was celebrated at the 2025 TCL Grand Launch at Okada Manila's Grand Ballroom, where TCL executives were joined by the celebrated Filipino figures Rian Ramos, EJ Obiena, and Valeen Montenegro, captured in the image. TCL executives, joined by guest celebrities Rian Ramos, EJ Obiena, and Valeen Montenegro, commemorate the 2025 TCL Grand Launch in a night of celebration and innovation. So, this is the photo they were talking about. Yeah. All right. We can now move to the next page. Oh my god, there's a lot of news here, and I really, really like that. All right. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. There are some ads here. Let's bear with that. Let's just All right. Let's see. Just open, and then boom. This is the next page of the broadsheet. I should just read this out to you. God dang. At the top, there's a weather forecast, and there are bureau offices here. I think what they mean by that is like bureau for for the Philippine Daily Inquirer. They have 4 offices, one in northern Luzon, in Baguio, one in southern Luzon, in Bicol, one in Visayas, in Cebu, and one in Mindanao, in Davao. So, yeah. Okay, I think I just covered my mic or my phone. I don't know what you prefer to call it. The weather forecasts for the 23rd of April, Zamboanga Peninsula, Davao Oriental, Davao Occidental, Sarangani, Sultan Kudarat, Basilan, Sulu, and Tawi-Tawi will experience cloudy skies with scattered rains and thunderstorms. Metro Manila and the rest of the country will experience partly cloudy to cloudy skies. That's a summary for you. Then there's also lotto results here. Damn. If you want lotto tips, text on space LOTTO in all caps and send that to 4467. It will cost you 2 pesos and 50 centavos per alert. So do bear that in mind. In any order, Ultra Lotto / Luz Vimin. Let's begin with the Ultra Lotto 658. 4, 5, 22, 32, 40, and 45. That was for the price of 49,500,000 pesos. That's for the Ultra Lotto 658. Next, for the Super Lotto 649, 25, 23, 25, 31, 39, 42, and 49. Okay, yes, good thing I'm still visible. That was for 15,840,000 pesos. Next, for the Luz Vimin 642, 12, 13, 14, 35, 36, and 40, for a prize of 8,602,455 pesos and 80 centavos. Next, the 6D. These should be in the exact order. 0, 7, 8, 4, 5, and 4. Next, for the 3D, 3D, 7, 5, 4 for the 2 o'clock, 2, 1, 3 for the 5 o'clock, and 9, 7, 7 for the 9 o'clock. The 2D is 28 and 29 for the 2 o'clock, 6 and 19 for the 5 o'clock, and 7, 21 on the 9 o'clock. So if you do have those numbers, do claim them now, because hopefully you have claimed it by now, because I will be posting this way later in the day. I will be posting this on the weekend. Now let's go to the news. Death came quickly. He did not suffer. The Vatican. Pope Francis' funeral on the 26th of April. Pope Francis' funeral will be held on Saturday in St. Peter's Square. Roman Catholic cardinals decided on Tuesday, setting the stage for a solemn ceremony that will draw leaders from around the world. Francis, 88, died on Monday after suffering a stroke and cardiac arrest, ending an often turbulent reign in which he repeatedly clashed with traditionalists and championed the poor and marginalized. The pontiff spent 5 weeks in hospital earlier this year, suffering from double pneumonia, and had appeared to be slowly recovering. But the Vatican on Tuesday recounted his last moments, saying death came quickly and he had not suffered. Francis started to feel unwell around 5:30 in the morning, or 330 hours Greenwich Mean Time, on Monday, and was promptly attended to by his team. More than an hour later, he made a gesture of farewell to his ever-present nurse, Massimiliano Strapetti, and slipped into a coma. The Vatican's official media channel has stated. His time of death was given as 25 minutes until 8 o'clock. The Vatican released photographs of Francis dressed in his vestments and laid in a wooden coffin in the chapel of the Santa Maria residence where he lived during his 12-year papacy. His body will be taken into the adjacent St. Peter's Basilica on Wednesday morning at 9 in the morning or 7 o'clock Greenwich Mean Time in a procession led by cardinals. By the way, let's go back earlier. Francis started to feel unwell around 5:30 in the morning, which is 3:30 Greenwich Mean Time. So I think what they mean by 5:30 or 5:30 a.m. Is Vatican time. It's not Philippine time. It's Vatican time. So, yeah. We'll be proceeding. His funeral service will be held in St. Peter's Square on Saturday at 10 o'clock Vatican time and will be presided over by Cardinal Giovanni Battista Re. Is that really his? All right. Cardinal Giovanni Battista Re, the 91-year-old dean of the College of Cardinals. U.S. President Donald Trump, who clashed repeatedly with the Pope about immigration, said he and his wife would fly to Rome for the service. Come on, man. That's a bit disrespectful for the Pope, is it? Like, you have went against the Pope's stance on something very, very integrated in about the U.S., and now you're going to attend his funeral. Oh, come on. Come on, man. Donald Trump, man, what an idiot. Among other heads of state set to attend were Javier Milei, president of Francis's native Argentina, Brazilian President Luis Inácio Lula da Silva, and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, according to a source in his office. Damn. All right, Zelensky. He didn't have to. There's still a war going on. But, kudos to him. There's also another one. Nation prays for Lolo Kiko. Millions flocked to churches across the country on Tuesday for services held in memory of Pope Francis, an act of collective mourning in a Catholic nation touched by his pro-poor ministry, reviving memories of his visit a decade ago when Filipinos still had to heal from a major calamity. If you do want to read the rest, I hope this is visible from the camera. I hope the camera can read can read the fine print. Yeah. There it is. I hope you do get to read this. I hope there's also a soft copy of this paper specifically on the internet. There's also this one. It says Central Visayas again tops NCR as fastest growing region. There's also an ad at the bottom. Hello there, Pia Wurtzbach. She is advertising hands-free slip-ins, the Go Walk 7. Okay. No more bending and machine washable. All right. Okay. Yeah. So this is I've already made you look at the I know it's a bit messy, but it is a large broadsheet and it only costs 20 pesos, which to me is quite a steal in this economy. Okay, this next one. Oh my goodness. Oh boy. Uh, Comelec asks Camille Villiar to aid to air side on vote buying allegations. If you do want me to elaborate on some of these stories, do let me know because I will. Because if you want me to, I will be making individual videos on these stories. Yeah, right. The Commission on Elections has ordered senatorial candidate Camille Villar to explain why she should not be disqualified over allegations of vote buying. In an interview with reporters on Tuesday, the poll body's Committee on Contrabigay Executive Director Teopisto Elnas Jr. said they issued a show cause order against Villar based on an anonymous tip that she and some local candidates were present in a supposed raffle event held at Barangay Buhay na Tubig in Imus, Cavite. There was a candidate, Villar, on stage, and at the same time, there was someone giving out money like a raffle. There were people winning the raffle, and money was given out, Elnas added. We will look at the event and determine if there are elements of vote buying because we saw people receiving money, he said. The CKB will also issue separate show cost orders to the local candidates seen in the videos and photos of the event. Villar, who is the first national candidate to be issued such an order by the poll body's anti-vote buying committee, has 3 days to explain her side. But in a statement issued also on Tuesday, she addressed the matter, saying she has yet to receive the order from the CKB. She also clarified that the event in Imus Cavite happened on the 9th of February, which, according to her, was way before the start of the campaign period. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Now there's also another story here. Viral video of drunk cop gets QCPD chief fired. The top police official of Quezon City has been relieved from his post due to command responsibility after one of his policemen figured in a case of grave misconduct. Oh boy. The relief of Quezon City Police District Director, Police Brigadier, I think this is, Police Brigadier General Melesio Buslig Jr., was ordered by the Major General Anthony Aberin, the National Capital Region Police Office Director, on the 21st of April. In a statement on Tuesday, Philippine National Police Chief General Romel Marbil also addressed the issue, saying, "Let this be clear. We will not allow any abusive officer to hide behind the badge. If you harm the people you swore to protect, you will be arrested, prosecuted, and expelled from the service. No second chances, no exceptions." Earlier, Staff Sergeant Colonel Jordan Marzan, who was assigned to QCPD Station 2, was arrested for forcibly entering a private residence and allegedly assaulting a minor while under the influence of alcohol in Barangay Damayan, Quezon City, shortly past midnight Sunday. If you do want to read... Oh, well, alright. If you do want to read the rest of the story, it is right here. There's also another story here about Nora Honor's funeral and the second batch of India-made BrahMos missiles sent to the Philippines. So, yeah, oh my goodness, I really hope that the camera can get the full thing. And there's also Marcos signs law on immediate appropriate burial for Muslims. Okay, now we'll be reading apart. The first part, right? President Marcos has signed into law Republic Act number 12160, or the Philippine Islamic Burial Act, which recognizes the rights of Filipino Muslims to immediately bury their dead in accordance with their Islamic beliefs. All right. Under RA 12160, which was signed on the 11th of April, a Muslim burial should be performed as soon as possible with or without a death certificate and in accordance with Islamic rites. The death should be reported by the person who performed the burial rites or by the next of kin of the deceased within 14 days after the burial to the local health officer, who will be tasked to prepare the death certificate and certify the cause of death. If there is no authorized health officer or authorized representative, the death should be reported to the office of the mayor. Damn, the mayor, who will prepare the death certificate and certify the cause of death if there is no need for a forensic examination of the remains. If there is a need for a forensic examination, the family should be informed before an autopsy is conducted by law enforcement authorities. The death certificate should be forwarded within the next 30 days to the local civil registrar. The law also requires hospitals, medical clinics, funeral parlors, morgues, custodial or prison facilities, etc., to release Muslim cadavers for burial within 24 hours. The non-payment of hospital bills, medical expenses, professional fees, cost of wrapping, and other charges should not be used to withhold the release of the cadaver. But the family or concerned party may execute a promissory note for the unpaid obligation or any other existing payment scheme. RA 12160 also prescribes the proper wrapping of the cadaver, white cloth, and in an airtight leak-proof cadaver bag or cadaver wooden box. This should be zipped or closed with tape or bandages. I think this is just the very first time I have seen this story. Also, the first time I saw the viral video of drunk cop gets QCPD chief fired, the India-made BrahMos missile story, the Comelec story, and there's also some news briefs here. All right. Oh, okay. The first one is 55% of UPCAT passers from public schools. Now, I did not take the UPCAT because I did not want to go to school there, at least for now, because I do want to go to school here in Iligan City. However, if my family does insist on me taking the UPCAT, well, I can always do it in the future. Just let me go to school here in Iligan City, and then I can go to the University of the Philippines and then take the exam and maybe pass it. Because, I do like to go to college, even though I might do it twice, 2 degrees is better than 1, and it's not my money anyways, so, that's another plus. And also, I'd be far away from Iligan City, and I'd be far away from my family, so I could go home once in a while, but that's about it. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Successful takers of the University of the Philippines college admission test doubled this year compared to 2024. Oh, doubled. With more than half of them coming from public schools. UP President Angelo Jimenez said nearly 17,996 UPCAT takers, or 13% of the 135,236 applicants, received their admission notices, much higher than last year's 6.6%. 17,000 out of 135,000. That is exactly why I did not take the exam. Even if it was just going to test my competence or whether or not I could get it. No, no, it does not matter. I can always take a mock UPCAT exam sometime in the future. It does not mean anything if I fail. And only 13% of them passed. Oh my god, damn. Wow. All right, let's continue. Speaking to reporters, Jimenez noted that 55% of those who passed came from public schools, while 45% were from private schools. He said that 3 years ago, the majority, or 56% of the passers, were from private schools. This year, most of the successful applicants were from Metro Manila, followed by Laguna, Cavite, Cebu, Bulacan, and Rizal. Based on their socioeconomic data, 21.5% came from households with a gross annual income of 200,000 pesos or below. Wow! Anyways, to those 17,996 passers, congratulations to all of you. Damn. Wow. You really are a rare bunch. I took the SASA exam for the Mindanao State University Iligan's Institute of Technology because it's the one college I really, really want to go to. Not the University of the Philippines can always be my second choice, and I could always go there after I finish my 4 years in MSU IIT. Or if I fail, then I'll take the exam again for the next school year because I'm only 17 years old, and I'm 17 years old for now, and it's not immediately obvious that I was out of sync with my other batchmates if I do fail the SASA exam. Anyways, let's continue. The 21st of March is declared as a non-working holiday in Calapan City. President Marcos has signed a law designating the 21st of March as a special non-working holiday in Calapan City, Oriental Mindoro, in celebration of its cityhood anniversary. Oh. Mr. Marcos signed Republic Act No. 12158 on the 11th of April, with a copy published on the official Gazette's website on Monday evening. The new law repealed Republic Act 8986, signed by President Joseph Estrada in 2001, which previously declared March 21st, or the 21st of March, as a special working holiday in the city. The capital of Oriental Mindoro since 1679, Calapan was originally founded as a town. On the 21st of March 1998, it was converted into a component city when its residents ratified Republic Act 8475. And finally, for the news brief, IME hits Chiz over contempt order against special envoy. Senator Amy Marcos criticized Senate President Francis Cheese Escudero on Tuesday for supposedly subverting her contempt order against a special envoy who was accused of lying during the Senate hearing on former President Rodrigo Duterte's arrest and transfer to The Hague. Uh-oh. It's about that again. All right. Marcos also assailed Escudero's decision to limit to just 2 days the detention of Special Envoy on Transnational Crime Marcos Lacanilao, 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 who surrendered to the office of the Senate Sergeant at Arms on Monday. Escudero has signed an arrest order against Lacanilao, upholding the contempt citation that Marcos issued against him for claiming during the April 10th or 10th of April hearing of the Senate Committee on Foreign Affairs that he was unaware if Duterte was taken to a local court before he was handed over to the Interpol. Marcos, who chairs the Senate panel has questioned the legality, not Marcos, Amy Marcos, who chairs the Senate panel, has questioned the legality of the former leader's arrest based on a warrant issued by the International Criminal Court. Not again. Oh boy, how long have I been filming? Okay, about 40 minutes now. and I'm only on page A4. So, wow, I have a lot more to go through. Oh God, it is 19 past 3. Yeah, there's also this page called the Classifieds. Uh, if you do want to read this, you can. It's this one. I hope the camera captures the entire thing in detail. Now, let's proceed. The next one, okay, there's a few here. NUPL slams Celice's bid for asylum in Canada. Makabayan files poll wraps against anti-F LCAC exec for red tagging, and NBI files raps against vloggers outside PH for disinfo. Okay, wait. Sorry about that. I think you have just noticed that I walk funny, because that is because I bruised both of my feet when I bought this broadsheet, that rhymed, on the 7-Eleven yesterday, as of recording. I was sitting in a chair. Then what happened was I was watching on my phone, did not really pay attention to the surroundings, and it was just like there are seats outside the 7-Eleven. So this was like the area, and there was also a bit steep of a drop, like from the highway like to the sides of the 7-Eleven, and then the top bit. Yeah, I was here, then I tripped, and I was so, like, I am so big, such a massive man, that both the table and the long chair that I was sitting on both fell, but not really fell. Like the sides fell. So yeah, uh, both of my feet are bruised and they both hurt so much. Anyways, let us proceed. Oh my god. It's not the. Oh my. Oh. Okay, I think that's good enough. Yeah. There's also NUPL slams Salise's bid for asylum in Canada. Yeah, I think I've already read that. There's also. What is this? Tarlac 1 Electric Cooperative. I should. Yeah, that is the copy. If you do want to read more. Wala tubig. Okay. Hello there. I'm sorry that took way too long. I was there outside trying to refill the water in our water tank, and oh my god, I think it took way too long. It's now 27 till 4. Yeah, I've been recording for nearly an hour now. Yeah, let's go to the next page, and it's this one. Yeah. Not gonna read that because I do not know what that exactly is. I haven't even gone to the business and lifestyle sections. Not even the opinion section. Oh my goodness. Alright. Yeah. There's also here Davao Light, no immediate takeover of co-ops area. Violence erupts anew in Abra, and Pope Francis remembered for backing peace process in Mindanao. Yep, this is like the regions section of the news. There's also OPM icon Haji Alejandro 70 Makabayan files poll raps against NTF LCAC exec for red tagging. And a gospel. There's also here a career opportunity in cognizant technology solutions. Oh, there's a job ad here. If you do want to apply, if you do wish to apply, here's the following contact information. I hope you can see it. Just above the job application or the job ad is the gospel. So yeah. Let's read a bit from the regions section of the news. Never mind. Let's go with a beacon of hope here because Iligan City has been mentioned. All right. Leaders of the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao mourned the passing of Pope Francis on Monday. We in the Bangsamoro government extend our deepest condolences to the Catholic Church, our Catholic residents in the region, and to all who mourn the loss of Pope Francis. Read a statement from BARM Interim Chief Minister Abdul Rauf Makakwa. The news of his passing brings profound sadness, as Pope Francis was a beacon of hope and a tireless advocate for peace, justice, and interfaith dialogue, Makakwa added. In this time of mourning, we stand with our Christian brothers and sisters, and we reaffirm our commitment to fostering a society where peace and mutual respect are the cornerstones of our existence, he said. A member of the Bangsamoro Parliament, Naguib Sinarimbo, noted that the Pope has been a tireless advocate of justice, peace, and mutual understanding in a world facing great human suffering. We remember with profound gratitude the expression of support of His Holiness in 2015 for the peace process in Mindanao, Sinarimbo said in a speech before government officials and the diplomatic corps in Malacanang during his visit to the country in 2015. Francis praised efforts to promote dialogue and cooperation among peoples of various socio-political and religious persuasions. Wow, there's a lot of news here. Candlelighting, members of consumer groups light candles in Tagum City during a protest in March to oppose a privatization of power cooperatives, similar to the takeover of Davao Light and Power Corporation of the franchise area of Northern Davao Electric Cooperative. to read more, here. Look at that. Yep. And if you do want to read this section of the news, you can read here. There's also a gospel section here if you do want to be a bit more motivated. We're now at the end of... we're now at the opinion section. Yeah, I'm not reading this. I am absolutely not reading this. There's also a story here. Or I don't know what you may... There's also letters here? Right? Ay, kay Papa yan? Oh, sige, wait. Diyan mo nilagay. Oh boy. I am absolutely not reading the opinion section. Just no. Talk of the town. Let's just read this. And then this. And then we are now at the sports section. Just one page. God. I don't think it's just one page, but oh boy. I think it's probably just one page. These stories are about a silver lining for the what's this? The Women's Volleyball Champions League. You can read that. Here's the top part. I think hopefully this is the entire top part. Look at that, right? And then here's the bottom part. There it is. And that's it for the first 12 pages of the first section of the newspaper of the Philippine Daily Inquirer for the 23rd of April 2025. Yeah. Jesus. Okay. I don't know what else to say besides that these next few sections, like the business section, the motoring section, And the lifestyle section, I will be reading out these next few sections on the next part. So yeah, there will be 2 parts on this one. And yeah, I think that is it for now. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed that, because I certainly did. And yeah, we will see you again in the next one. Also, don't forget to buy your own copy of the Philippine Daily Inquirer. It will not be the same as this one, because of course it isn't, and it shouldn't be the same. But I do hope that you buy and support the Philippine Daily Inquirer. There's also a Filipino language newspaper on the 7-Eleven that I went to in Tibanga, in Barangay Tibanga, Iligan City. But I don't know if I should cover that one, because it is in Filipino and I am speaking to an international audience. I might buy it for my own personal enjoyment, and then I will think if I should actually make a video about it. Alright, that is it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.